taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong?
They said it was too dangerous for the public. They said these words would tear down walls, shake power, and wake up people who were never meant to wake up. This isn't the Malcolm X you hear about in textbooks or political speeches. This isn't the soundbite they let you hear when they need to calm your anger. This is the Malcolm X they tried to bury. A speech so raw, so cutting, that even decades later, it feels like it could set fire to everything we think we know about democracy, justice, and freedom. Let's get started. They tell us justice is blind, but the moment it sees a black man, it suddenly remembers how to see color. Imagine a man, let's call him David, walking home from work. Wrong place, wrong time, a crime takes place blocks away, and because he fits the description, he's arrested. No witnesses placed him at the scene, no fingerprints, no motive. Yet when the trial begins, it's no longer David versus the facts. It's the state versus the black man. David's story isn't unique. In 1989, a group of black and Latino teenagers in New York, the Central Park Five, were falsely accused of a crime they didn't commit. For years, they were painted as monsters by the press, cheered on by politicians, and convicted on coerced confessions rather than evidence. Decades later, they were exonerated. But no amount of freedom could erase the years stolen from them. Their story is proof that when a black man or boy enters that courtroom, innocence often does not outweigh perception. This isn't accidental, it's a design. Malcolm X said that America has built a system where a black man is always on trial, even when he's done nothing wrong. There are no allies, no safety nets. The legal process, supposedly built to protect, becomes an instrument of isolation and humiliation. Families watching from the gallery see their loved one not as a citizen, but as an enemy of the state. Even public defenders, overworked and underfunded, fight uphill battles against prosecutors who wield unlimited resources. This structural bias doesn't only exist in high-profile cases. Across the U.S., studies show that black defendants face longer sentences for the same crimes as white defendants. A 2017 report from the U.S. Sentencing Commission found that black men receive sentences 19% longer on average than white men for the same crimes. That's not bias hidden in whispers. That's bias written into numbers. And here lies the cruel truth. The law is not neutral, it is a weapon. The image of justice wearing a blindfold? That's a lie. The blindfold comes off the second a black man enters the room, replaced by a sharp, suspicious stare. And it doesn't stop with one man. By isolating each black person, by making every case seem individual, the system keeps people divided and powerless. Because if they can do it to David today, they can do it to anyone tomorrow.
You don't scare Negroes today with no badge or no white skin or no white sheet or no white anything else. The police the same way. They put their club upside your head and then turn around and accuse you of attacking them. Every case of police brutality against a Negro follows the same pattern. They attack you, bust you all upside your mouth, and then take you to court and charge you with assault. What kind of democracy is that? What kind of freedom is that? What kind of social or political system is it when a black man has no voice in court, has nothing on his side other than what the white man chooses to give him? My brothers and sisters, we have to put a stop to this. And it will never be stopped until we stop it ourselves. They attack the victim, and then the criminal who attacked the victim accuses the victim of attacking him.
America calls itself the land of freedom and democracy, waving its flag as proof of its moral superiority. It tells the world it's the guardian of liberty, a place where anyone can rise from nothing to greatness. But Malcolm X tore through that illusion. What kind of democracy treats its citizens as permanent suspects? What kind of democracy locks people out of power, then blames them for their exclusion? Consider voter suppression. In Georgia, strict ID laws and reduced polling stations in predominantly black counties have historically created lines so long they stretch for hours, discouraging participation. In 2018, tens of thousands of voter registrations, most belonging to black voters, were purged due to technicalities. That's not an accident, that's engineering. You can call it democracy all you want, but when access is manipulated, that's control, not freedom. Even beyond voting, the hypocrisy runs deep. America lectures other nations on human rights, but it has cities where poverty and police violence define daily life for black communities. Think of Flint, Michigan, where an entire city, mostly black, was poisoned with lead-contaminated water, while officials downplayed the crisis for years. That's not just policy failure. That's the value America places on black life when no cameras are watching. And this hypocrisy is global. America sends troops overseas, claiming to spread democracy while ignoring its racial injustice at home. During the Civil Rights era, leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X exposed how America used freedom as propaganda against the Soviet Union, while lynching, segregation, and disenfranchisement persisted. Democracy was sold like a product abroad, while at home, it was often denied at the point of a gun or behind a voting barrier. Malcolm X made it clear, America's democracy is not broken, it's performing exactly as intended. Its foundation was built when black people were counted as 3/5 of a human being. And while the language has changed, the structure hasn't. The promise of equality has always been conditional. Conditional on silence, on obedience, on knowing one's place. That's why Malcolm said to stop treating this as a misunderstanding. It's not hypocrisy by accident. It's hypocrisy by design. When leaders wave the Constitution and claim everyone is equal, they don't mean it. They mean everyone who plays by their rules, on their terms, under their control.
This is American justice. This is American democracy. And those of you who are familiar with it know that in America, democracy is hypocrisy. Now, if I'm wrong, put me in jail. But if you can't prove that a democracy is not hypocrisy, then don't put your hands on me. Democracy is hypocrisy. If democracy means freedom, why aren't our people free? If democracy means justice, why don't we have justice? If democracy means equality, why don't we have equality? Who are you?
Let's pause for a second to say big thank you to the Black Culture Diary community, where black voices, stories, and legacies are preserved and amplified. By becoming a member, you're not just supporting the channel, you're becoming part of a powerful cultural movement. Let's continue. Malcolm X refused to limit this conversation to America alone. He said, "This is not just a black problem, it's a human problem." Across the globe, wherever black people live, they face variations of the same oppression, being denied their humanity. This isn't just a coincidence. It's the outcome of centuries of systems built to profit from black labor while denying black dignity. Look at apartheid-era South Africa, where black citizens were stripped of land, segregated into homelands, and forbidden from voting. Their lives were regulated by passbooks that controlled where they could travel, work, or even live. Sound familiar? It mirrors Jim Crow America, where black people face segregation, poll taxes, and racial violence for simply existing. Two continents, same result. Black life treated as property to be managed, not people to be respected. Even today, the echoes remain. In France, studies show that job applicants with African-sounding names are 50% less likely to be called for interviews compared to those with French-sounding names. In the UK, black people are 9 times more likely to be stopped and searched by police than their white counterparts. This isn't an American issue. It's a global pattern of discrimination. And consider the global wealth gap. Africa holds vast natural resources, including oil, gold, diamonds, and rare earth minerals, but remains one of the poorest continents. Why? Because colonial powers, and now multinational corporations, continue to extract wealth while leaving little behind. From the Congo's cobalt mines powering smartphones to oil fields in Nigeria polluting entire ecosystems, black regions of the world are exploited yet denied prosperity. When you deny someone's humanity, everything else becomes easy. Enslavement, exploitation, mass incarceration, disenfranchisement. If a group is defined as less human, then society feels no shame in exploiting them. Malcolm X's point was clear. If the world can look at black people and see something less than human, then no one's humanity is safe. This is why he demanded the issue be taken to the United Nations as a human rights issue, not just a civil rights issue. Civil rights imply begging the same system for inclusion. Human rights say you are equal by birth, no permission required. Malcolm understood that the struggle was global, and therefore the solution had to be global too. Reminder to please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black culture, history, civilization, and identity. Let's continue now. So, how do we fix it? Malcolm didn't mince words. To be equal to the white man, we have to do what the white man does for himself. That means we stop waiting for handouts, stop hoping for inclusion in systems designed to exclude us, and start building for ourselves. Look at history. The Jewish community, after facing centuries of persecution, built their businesses, media outlets, and institutions worldwide. Today, those networks provide economic and political power that protects their communities. In contrast, Black communities have often been blocked from building similar systems. Think of Tulsa's Greenwood district, known as Black Wall Street, which was bombed and burned to the ground in 1921. Not because it failed, but because it succeeded too well. Black independence has always been met with hostility because it threatens dependency-based control. Even today, when Black entrepreneurs attempt to build, they face discrimination in loans, licensing, and corporate competition. A 2020 Federal Reserve report revealed that Black-owned businesses were twice as likely to be denied loans as white-owned businesses, even when financial profiles were similar. That is why Malcolm said equality means doing for ourselves what others already do for themselves, creating our banks, schools, security forces, and media outlets. He warned against thinking politics alone would solve this. Political victories mean little if economic dependence remains. If another group owns the stores in your neighborhood, controls the housing, runs the local government, and dictates police presence, how free are you? Equality is not symbolic. It is tangible and requires control over the things that sustain life. And yes, that requires sacrifice. It means shifting focus from individual success to collective success, from consumerism to ownership, from being reactive to being proactive. It means facing resistance from those who benefit from keeping you dependent. But what's the alternative? To keep waiting, generation after generation, for someone else to permit you to be free? Malcolm's message was urgent. Build your own, or remain a guest in someone else's house. And guests, no matter how welcome, never set the rule.
20 million Black people in this country have been like boys in the white man's house. He even calls us boys. Don't care how big you get, he calls you boy. You can be a professor. To him, you're just another boy. I heard him calling Ralph Bunche. Well, he's a good old boy. And if we can't do it, we should hush our mouth. If you can't do for yourself what the white man is doing for himself, don't say you're equal with the white man. If you can't set up a factory like he sets up a factory, don't talk that old equality talk. Get off the welfare. Get out of that compensation line. Be a man. Earn what you need for your own family. Then your family respects you. They are proud to say, that's my father. She's proud to say, that's my husband. Father means you're taking care of those children. Just because you made them, that don't mean you're a father. Anybody can make a baby, but anybody can't take care of them. Anybody can go and get a woman, but anybody can't take.
Before we can build, we must wake up. Malcolm warned that one day, Black people will start thinking like Black people. That's not a racial slogan. It's a shift in consciousness. It means feeling for each other, standing with each other, and refusing to let anyone fight alone. It means no longer seeing your neighbor as competition, but as kin. History shows what happens when Black people unite. The Montgomery bus boycott in 1955 wasn't just about buses, it was about dignity. When the Black community united economically and strategically, it crippled the bus company's finances and led to a Supreme Court ruling against segregation. That's the power of unity. Outside America, unity built revolutions. In Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah mobilized people under the cry of self-government now, leading to independence from British colonial rule in 1957. That victory inspired countless African nations to fight for their freedom, proving what's possible when people unite with a purpose. Malcolm said the same principle applies in America. Stop fighting as scattered individuals and start moving as one people with one cause, because unity transforms weakness into strength. It changes how enemies see you and how you see yourself. When one man is falsely accused, the entire community stands behind him, not just in spirit, but in action, funding legal defenses, protesting injustices, and creating safe networks.
I think you'll find, sir, that there will come a time when black people wake up and become intellectually independent enough to think for themselves, as other humans are intellectually independent enough to think for themselves. Then the black man will think like a black man, and he will feel for other black people. And this new thinking and feeling will cause black people to stick together. And then at that point, you'll have a situation where when you attack one black man, you are attacking all black men. And this type of black thinking will cause all black people to stick together.
That's what those in power fear most. Not protests, not speeches, but unity. Because unity doesn't just change laws, it changes destinies. It redefines power itself. And once black people awaken to that truth, once they truly think like black people, with pride and solidarity, the entire structure of oppression begins to shake. What would you do if justice were never meant for you? Is democracy still democracy when it denies your humanity? Let us know in the comments section. Are we ready to wake up or keep waiting? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If so, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We have decided to bring videos on something nobody talks about: the black culture, civilization, history, and evidence about how glorious blacks have been. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.